What is going on, people? It's Bobby and welcome back to Test Drive Unlimited Solar Crown. In this one we've unlocked ourselves a bunch more races. We got to rank 25 and we've got a bunch of races that have been locked down here near the Ferrari dealership, so we're just literally going to be making our way through them. We've upgraded a bunch of our cars in order to compete in these races. Let's just see how it goes. Let's get into it. Okay, so the first race we're going to get ourselves into in this episode is this quick time trial in our Porsche Taycan. This car is seriously rapid and we've upgraded it further to make it even more rapid. Starting to get the hang of how to drive it a little bit better now, to be honest. Essentially it just takes a lot earlier on the brakes. We have upgraded our brakes, which has helped a lot. But you get on the brakes a little bit earlier than you'd expect to have to, and from there the car, to be honest, responds quite well. Any ranked races or anything you're taking part in online, this is the car to use in the Grand Tourer category. It just takes off so quickly that it's not really, well, I haven't really come up against any other car yet that's been able to compete with this car. Ranked races against the other Grand Tourers so far have just tended to be basically quite simple if the other player's not driving a Taycan. If they are driving a Taycan, then it's a lot more competitive, of course. But if they're not driving one, it's just not really, it's not really too much of a challenge unless you come up against someone real good who like properly knows what they are doing. But as you can see, this thing just takes off it so quickly. We've upgraded it, the overall pace of it as well. Like the top speed before, I think in the last episode, will have been about 160, 165. In this episode, the car currently will get up to 190, so a large upgrade in the top speed department. As well as a bunch of other things, like obviously taking more weight off and that kind of stuff. So as you can see here, we're doing 170 now. We wouldn't have been able to do that in the last episode. And the thing is a rocket ship. It just absolutely flies. Also, you might notice there, as we were braking from that high speed, last episode we'd have gone right through there. This episode, those brakes are really effective now, really doing the job. Yeah, it's a lot of fun, this car. It's a lot of fun. And there we go, across the finish line. 2 minutes 15. I'll be honest, I'm not even sure what the time I had to beat was. Little trophy there, that's my 40th different race. I'm assuming I've beaten the time. Let's have a little look. Oh, so close to the rank up. Just above 650k again. What was the time we had to beat? I'm assuming we've beaten it. Let's just back out and find out. But I'm pretty sure we've beaten the time there. Does it say here? 3:30 it was, so absolutely obliterated the time. Okay, so our next race we're going to take part in is a ranked race. And just to make the point that I made before about the Taycan being much faster, we're playing against an M4 here. And as you can see, straight off the line there, we are absolutely gone. It's not that people can't catch you up. Obviously, if I make mistakes and this guy can drive, he'll catch me up very quickly. But the issue is, this car is lightning fast off the mark. So you essentially get into the lead really early. And then from there, you are literally just going. So as you can see here, we're just driving through all the corners. With all the upgrades, the handling model is vastly upgraded as well. We're 6 seconds in the lead already. This thing is an absolute animal. And it's got nothing to do with the guy we're racing against, by the way. Like, he could be a very decent driver, even a good driver, but he's in an M4. Which, by the way, I really like the M4. It's one of my favourite cars. I love M4s. But in this game, in the Grand Tour category, should I say, sorry, nothing is anywhere near the Taycan. It's absolutely dominant. And like I say, I just want to make it a clear point. This is not like a massive skill gap between the two players here. It's just I'm in a Taycan and he's in an M4. That's it. Oh, I'm going to crash there. Oh, actually, I've managed to save that a little bit. That shows how effective the brakes are. As you can see, we're now 35 seconds ahead. And I'm somewhat confident that he's still actually driving, by the way. It's not one of them where he's just stayed at the start. He will still be driving. It's just this car is so quick off the mark. And it just, obviously now that it's got upgrades to upgrade its top speed as well. And there he goes. There you go. Okay, so after we disconnected from the last ranked race, I've jumped into another one here. This is a domination race. The other one, it ended, so I had to go to this one. But this will just help reinforce the fact that the Taycan is a joke. We're racing against the Mercedes and an Aston Martin, both of which are not slow cars, by the way. Both of which very quick cars, but just to help push home this the narrative that I'm showing here, that the Taycan is just basically untouchable in this class. I haven't even taken the shortcut there. He will have taken it. He will get in front because of the shortcut. But watch this in a second. Back in front we go. Tried to knock me there a bit, didn't he? But it doesn't make a difference. It's so fast. I'll let that tree there slow down. Won't make a difference. This car is just insane. If you're in the Grand Tourer category, just use this car. Because you can be a decent driver. Like, that guy will be a good driver. Well, he's actually just gone into the tree there, but we'll ignore that. That guy could be a good driver. Both of these guys could be. But if you're not in the Taycan, you are at a severe disadvantage. It's just so fast. And I'm not even doing particularly well here. I'm not having a particularly quick race. This is definitely not my fastest time around this track. But it's not going to make a difference. Like I say, we're back up to 4-second lead there. And across the last two checkpoints now. And it's just, this car, man. If you're in Grand Touring, just go and buy a Taycan. There you go, straight across the line. 1580 points. Didn't take the shortcut. And straight away, next corner, back past them we went. It's just, this car is, it's ridiculous. It's truly, truly ridiculous. And it's, like I've mentioned so many times there, it's not a skill gap. It's got nothing to do. I have no idea the skill of the racers I've played against. All I know is, if you're not in a Taycan and you're racing against the Taycan in the Grand Touring category, basically it's over. As long as the person in the Taycan can drive at a decent like ability level, it's already over. The car is so quick. Okay, something a little bit different then. We're back in the off-road car for the time trial. Been a little bit since we've done an off-road race, so this should be fun. And off we go, 220 to beat. Let's see what we do. We have upgraded this car as well now. So hopefully we'll get a little bit more performance out of it. Haven't done any off-road racing in a little bit though, so it's going to take me a second to get back into the groove of it. But based on how good this off-road vehicle is, I mean, we've seen it before. Was it episode 2 or 3? I think it was episode 3. We've seen just how good this car is, so let's see how fast our time is. Oh, that's not ideal, is it? Okay, this will be interesting now then, because we got stuck there. Are we still going to be able to beat the time? We've got a minute left. It's actually a little bit interesting now. I think we were well on track before that. To be honest, I think we still will be. But, like I said, it's going to be interesting. One more mistake and it could all be over. Although, to be fair, now that I know that the next checkpoint is the finish line checkpoint, it wasn't close still. This, what's it called? The Cientero or something is it called? Wow, still ridiculous. Even now, still just a ridiculously quick car for the off-road. Right, let's get into the next one. Okay, so one final race then before we finish this episode. It's a daily race. I'm in the Audi, but I have realised that the Mercedes SLK is so fast. So as good as this Audi is, and don't get me wrong, it is very good. I've realised that the Mercedes SLK is actually much, much quicker in a straight line. That's another Audi there. Or it feels like it's much quicker in a straight line anyway. So this race should be quite interesting. The daily driver races, as the AI level has gone up, have actually gotten like really quite interesting. Or some of them have, if that Mercedes is in there, because it's so quick, it's so fast. I think there was only one in this race. I'm not sure what configuration it was under. But for example, if you go into like 600 daily driver, that make is real quick. Right now, obviously, we're having a much easier time, so I'm quite sad that we're not getting the show of the Merc's pace at the moment. Maybe it'll catch up in a minute. There was one in the race. Could be that it's just that they've spun out or something like that. But I've had on a few occasions now where the Mercedes just flies past me. But we're gaining here, actually, to be fair. So I think through the corners, the Audi is still the car to go with. If you've got a lot of turns, especially tight turns, I think the Audi's still the car you go with because of the four-wheel drive, etc. But big straights, I'm telling you that SLK, it's a serious contender. It's very quick. Let's see what we're actually at when we get to this next checkpoint now. So we're at about 6 seconds ahead, which, to be fair, is not bad. Let's see where we end up. Be interesting to see where that Mercedes is, because if he's low down in the rankings, in the leaderboard here, then he must have spun out or something, because I've had the past 3 daily driver races I've done just while I've been grinding, like away from the video recordings. So he's in 3rd. Maybe spun out, so just got a bad start. Oh no, he's not. That's a different make. Oh no, 3rd. Yeah, I was right. But the past few daily driver races I've done, that SLK, they've been so fast, like so quick. But yeah, there we have it. Just before we finish, obviously we're getting up the ranks now. We're going to go and have a look at some supercars, because when we get to the supercar races, obviously we're going to want to have an idea of what I want to get. And to be honest, I'm not sure what supercars are in the game. Obviously there's going to be Lamborghinis, there's going to be Ferraris, but I'm quite interested to see what there is and what I like the look of. Is there anything there that we want to go? Yeah, I want to have a little look at the AMG. Let's have a little look, see if there is one anywhere. I'm assuming this is a hypercar. Yeah. Is that it? There's an R8 there. Supercar. That's probably very quick. Let's have a little look. We can test drive them before we've unlocked them. Feels nice. It actually handles very well, so I'll be honest, R8 wasn't the first thing that came into my head, but it handles nice. Seems decently fast. Yeah, we'll keep that in mind. R8, nice. Let's get in the Merc and see what the Merc feels like. Okay, so the Merc AMG GT-R. This is one of my favourite looking cars. I love how this car looks. Straight off the off, it handles exactly how it handles in every game. Just slidey, real back end happy. But just a mean sounding car, isn't it really? It handles horrendously, but I was curious to see whether it would handle like this in this game. In basically every game, this Merc is just so happy at the back end. Like, it just wants to slide out. Although, to be fair, at the higher speeds here, no, it just goes. Yeah, it just goes. Which, you know, rear-wheel drive cars do, but this one, in like all games for some reason, this car just wants to spin out. That's a shame. I will try it at some point, but it's definitely not going to be the first choice supercar that we go for. Right, let's move on to... Is there anything else I want to have a look at there? We've got they're just different R8s, aren't they? There's the rear wheel drive one. We'd go for the all wheel drive. I'm not really too bothered about that. Right, let's go and have a look at Ferrari then. Supercar Ferraris. There's the Spider, the Pista, the 812, F40. Ooh, there's an F40. I do like an F40. It's very expensive, but I do like an F40. Let's go and have a look. Okay, Ferrari F40 test drive. I think this is one of the most beautiful cars ever made. I love the look of this car. Like, yeah, before we start flying around, just look at this car, man. Oh, wow. It's such a lovely vehicle. Now, it costs 4 mil. So, I'm not sure it's the first supercar I'll be going for. But at some point, we will be for sure getting in this. Oh, man. I love this car. Not too quick off the line, I'll be honest. It's not the fastest car, obviously. But wow. Let's go and have a look at something that's more of a contender for something we might get. Okay, 488 Pista. Or Pista. Another beautiful looking car, as most Ferraris are, to be fair. Oh god. Quick off the mark, this one. Obviously we will drive in the rain and we're not getting too great of a look there, but to be fair, I don't mind doing the test drives in the rain because I know how slippy the car's going to get. This one's nice, it feels nice, to be fair. It's not too back end happy, it's not like that Merc or the F40. It's quite easy to rescue, which I don't mind. See there, we were going and we've rescued it by just coming off the throttle slightly. Don't mind that. This is a contender. R8 or 488 up to now. Okay, Ferrari 812 Superfast. Woo! It sounds like a Ferrari. Oh, why did you have to be there? Oh wow, this thing's serious. Very back end happy, but was rescuable even deep into the drift there. But it does just want to go. I think it feels like it's a little bit quicker than the... I haven't looked into the stats and things yet. I'll do a deeper look when I'm not recording. Feels a little bit quicker. Definitely sounds like it's quicker. So like the sense of speed you'll get in this car will be real nice. But definitely it feels like it wants to let the back end out a lot more than the 488 did. So I think that's still slightly ahead of it, but feels nice for sure and sounds incredible. Let's see. Let's go to Lamborghini. Let's see what they're saying. Okay, starting off with a big boy in Lamborghini, the Aventador SVJ. So instantly, obviously Lamborghini 4-wheel drive. Pretty sure 4-wheel drive anyway, I'll double check that. But so instantly you've got more grip, like straight away off the bat. Which for a racing game, in real life I would drive a rear wheel drive, it's just a lot more fun. But in game, especially this game, all-wheel drive just feels like it's the way to go. So this is definitely right up there immediately. And to be honest, the thing's quick too. So yeah, Aventador SVJ, I approve. It's an option. It's expensive, but it's an option. Okay, Huracan Performante. This is probably my favourite Lamborghini, to be honest. I love the Huracan. Not as fast as the Aventador, the SVJ. Stock, not as quick. But obviously we'll be able to upgrade it. So that's the stock speed. Not too fussed about, to be perfectly honest. More bothered about how it handles. A little bit how it looks, how it sounds. And yeah, the Huracan just delivers as you'd expect it to. There's a reason this is my favourite Lamborghini. The thing is, yeah, it's lovely, innit? Just look at it. It's just lovely. It's a lovely car. Definitely one we'll consider. And also a little bit cheaper than the Aventador. So that's a bonus, isn't it? Let's have a look. The Aventador was 2.3 mil. That's 2 mil. So yeah, that'll be taken into consideration as well. Okay, the Lotus Exige Cup Edition. Alright. Now, Lotus, not the highest power car, but will still do 190 plus, and is extremely light. So this car is effective because of how light it is. It by no means has the most power, and it's not as quick off the mark as some of the other cars. But around corners and things, because of how light it is, obviously I think they are rear as well, rear wheel, but because of how light they are, they just dart around. As you can see there, the front end is immediately just darting in and out. So we could consider the Lotuses, to be fair, if we're looking for that quick, like, agile car. As you can see, only 375 horsepower. I think the other one that we would look at is an Evora S, is it? Something like that. I think that's got like 400 horsepower. Not the quickest 0 to 60. Not the quickest top speed on that one. But in fact, yeah, it's just here. Let's go and have a little look at the other one. Just real quick. So it's here. Yeah, the Evora GT. Here we go. So as you can see, again, not as fast 0 to 60. High top speed, above 190, 430. I'll be honest, these two cars, they probably feel the exact same. Let's have a feel. Sounds the same. Acceleration not as rapid, but as you can see there, just darting about. See, if you just go left to right, you can see the nose immediately just darting left to right. So, very agile. It does feel identical to the Exige. So maybe we'll go with that one if we're going to buy a Lotus. Not sure we will go with the Lotus, but it's an option. It's on our way up. Okay, McLaren 570S. Obviously a beautiful car. Oh, why did you stop there? Obviously a beautiful car. Can't be denied. Let's get the headlights on. Sounds great. Quick off the mark. Decent top speed. Yeah, 570S. Great car. Not sure it's one I'd pick over the Aventador or the 488 or the R8 even, I think, but a nice car nonetheless. Okay, so there is one more car I want to try, and here it is right there. doesn't necessarily have to be the Heritage Edition. I think they've got the other edition as well, haven't they? But here we go. The Ford GT. There we go. This is the other car we want to try out. Do we have any? I think yeah, they are. So we've got the Stingray. That's also a supercar. I think the Hellcat's also a supercar. Yeah. But it's the GT I'm interested in. I'm just curious before I test drive it if there is... Oh, there's a Viper there. I imagine that handles horribly. I was wondering if there was a GT40 anyway. Maybe in one of the classic ones there will be. But anyway, the Ford GT, this is the car I wanted to try out. Here we go. Great looking car. Great sounding car. Ooh. See how it feels when we get round the corner. Does want to go, but Ford GTs and racing games do tend to want to let the back end go. I'll be honest, I'm not quite getting the same sense I got in the Ferrari or the Lamborghinis from it, which is a shame because I really like this car. There we go, Ford GT. Right, so that is the supercars that I have, that I would want to have a look at so far. I'll be honest, the three that I'm thinking of picking between are the Ferrari 488, okay, the Audi R8, and the Lamborghini Aventador SVJ. If you're watching and you've got an opinion on any of those cars, make sure to leave it down below in the comments. Or if there's a car I haven't tried that you're just like, no, you need to try this one. This is the car. This is the supercar. Let me know. We'll give it a go. But other than that, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.